2, 1, and liftoff.
Third on my list would be Justin Gilbert. It could take me at least 5 minutes to just talk about him alone. Not only did they pick him in the top 10, they move up from 9 to 8 to get him, and they never even talked to him. Some of those coaches in that building had never met the guy before they made the draft pick.
It's a very persuasive case you're making,
It's unbelievable. Bud. Second would be Johnny-Manziel. I mean, really? You didn't have to scout the guy. All you had to do was read SI to find out what his issues were. And number 1 is Trent Richardson. They moved up again from 4 to 3 to draft a guy who lasted a year in this league where he was actually a viable player. I think that's a huge miss when you miss in the top 5.
I think more teams were in on Trent Richardson and Johnny-Manziel than they were on Justin Gilbert, though. My list, number 3, and this is all Cleveland sports, by the way. Number 3, Brandon Weeden. This is something this regime wouldn't do. Draft a guy who turned 29 during his rookie year at quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to turn 26 this year during this season in his 4th year. Unbelievable mistake. Number 2, Anthony Bennett. Shout out to a forgotten overall number 1 pick who is now playing in Turkey. I know they turned him around in the love trade, and there weren't a lot of guys to pick. That's still an all-time awful number 1 NBA pick.
Can I tell you something before you go any further?
Yeah.
I read this as Cleveland Browns bust.
Yeah, it says Cleveland.
Yeah, I would put Anthony Bennett on my list too.
Thank you, bud. Number 1, Justin Gilbert is the worst pick ever because they didn't talk to him. They knew nothing about him. It turns out he doesn't love football, and that was in a draft with Pro Bowlers everywhere. They picked a bust they never talked to.